I'll show you. Alert!
Wake up!
Alert!
Do you want to talk? No? Oh, did I just hit the door? I hit the door. Really? Okay.
You won't be able to take another one like that.
I mean, honestly, I looked at him and thought, well, he's not wearing much. He's probably an easy kill. It's just me and him. And then I start off by hitting a bloody log above the thing. And then I don't know what's going on with me today. Other than bleeding to death. Yeah, I'm sorry. I realise I've come close to getting us all killed a few times today. I mean, I've completely lost the ability to fight, apparently, except with a bow, which was a bit of a surprise. And I've taken stupidity to whole new levels. I mean, I actually let that guy wake up because I kind of wanted to know, well, if he was going to say anything to me. I don't know why. There's just something about the moment I was like... I mean, the last time I was here, I shot the bandit leader in the face with a crossbow bolt, but that was because he asked me to. Yeah, it's just one of those days. I mean, on the bright side, this guy's having a worse day than me. I mean, he managed to get himself killed by being snuck up on by a guy in full plate armor. There has got to be whole new levels of embarrassing. Okay, I need some sort of trophy. Oh, right, yeah. His hat will do, will it? I've taken everything his friends had. Did I take his weapon? Is that a... Just, I tell you what, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move our friend here. Yeah, and now I'm gonna be up all night because I can't sleep because of this Nighthawk potion. No, I must have picked up his weapon. Yep. And the fire went out. Actually, that's probably better for me. I am so sorry. Are you going to ignore me?
Aye, aye.
I'm sorry.
You silly doggy.
Shall we go back to the inn and just get some sleep? Yeah, I'm going to wash because I am disgustingly covered in blood, as normal. And really, honestly, I need to put a note dangling from my visor that says, pull down in case of combat. Honestly, I'm not completely sure lying in hay helps in the slightest while wearing this armor. I could probably just... Okay. I was going to say, I could probably just lie on a stone slab and it would feel the exact same while wearing this much metal. What are those cats doing? Like, seriously? Morning, how you doing?
Praised be Jesus Christ.
Look what I have for you.
Oh. We should probably just eat this. It's going a bit funky.
You better call back that dog. Learn how to behave, you beast.
He's adorable.
Right,
What are you
come
talking
here.
about? It's the bloody
You shouldn't be
cats.
out here all alone like this. Awful things have been happening here.
Obviously
Off you
not.
go.
Not a dog person, is she? Wow, is she a complete...
Hope you didn't eat anything
I
here.
realise that's going to be insulting for so many reasons. Hi! I have got great news for you, which will hopefully make the fact that the people you're living with are complete. You know what? That might be someone you know.
Greetings, sir.
So, yeah, right.
So I was in Eggman's camp.
That's
Damn.
fun.
I'm glad you're still alive. Was
Yeah,
it bad
me
then?
too.
What about Eggman?
Yeah, it was
You
pretty
need
bad.
not fear him any longer.
But
It's taken care of. I
mostly
brought you
because
his
of my own
hat, so you'll
stupidity.
believe me.
Fuck's sake. That's Eggman's pilgrim hat.
He was a pilgrim.
Bollocks. He was a murderer, but that band of his caught a pilgrim. They forced him to walk around the camp until he collapsed from exhaustion. Just like that. For entertainment. Can you believe it? Then Eggman stole his hat.
Damn. Well, now it's yours.
Thanks. I'll wear it in honor of that poor, tormented fellow.
Okay. Yeah, you should probably do a little bit more than that.
And how about holding a mass for that pilgrim? If he suffered so much on this earth, you could help him on his way to God, right?
That's a very good idea. Thanks, friend. Here's your reward. You deserved it. And may God be with you.
Right, yeah. Now, moving on. I was about to say, I wish I'd repaired the hat for him now. But you know what? He seems fine. Stop giving the dog the side eye. Is there somewhere I can eat, by the way?
God is punishing us for our sins.
Okay. It doesn't look
What a load of shit.
like I can get in there and eat. All right, you know what? I want to find somewhere out of sight of her. So, let's first of all have a look. I do need some food. How am I doing? Oh, yeah. Right, yes, let's just, while I'm remembering it. Fox is up, Buck's blood, not so much, or at least it'll be going soon. Okay, then. So, yeah, I need to get myself some food before I forget. Nourishment. Yeah, I'm not sure that's very good for me. I'll be honest. I don't have a... You know what? Wine from Casper's Vineyards. I keep saving that. I'm not sure what I'm saving it for. It's quite good nourishment, actually. Pretty alcoholic for wine. I almost drank schnapps for breakfast. Right, let's go with Janosch's sausage, shall we? And that should be enough. And also, I don't know why, I just feel like I need to be prepared for everything. So that's breakfast sorted. Yeah, right. Memorable. No. Changes in reputation, good or bad, spread more widely. Yeah, see, every now and again I do something stupid. Okay, no, I do things stupid all the time, but every now and again I do something that's stupid and gets me bad reputation, and I don't want that spreading. Pacifist. Yeah, not really. Warmonger. When the horns of war sound, you are the first to answer, for you believe that those who want peace must be prepared to fight for it. After the end of the fight, you gain +2 bonus on strength, agility, combat skills. The effect lasts for 6 game hours. To renew it, you must enter combat again. You know what? I think that's where my heart lies, although... Yeah, it's probably a bad sign. In strength, I know what I'm taking. Grand Slam. Sometimes it's best not to overthink things and choose the most straightforward solution. Why do I feel like that's a personal reproach? This approach has proved effective for you many times, and you see no reason to change it. Quite the opposite. Blunt damage of all melee weapons is increased by an additional 5%. It's not much, but every little helps. I think that was everything else. Yeah. I seem to have lost my balanced diet. Okay. Did I get drunk recently? I did have moonshine before bed. I think moonshine's a bad idea. I should have stuck with schnapps. Okay. No. I want to just remind myself what I'm about to do. Yes, the word around Kuttenberg is Mint Master Vavak is getting much richer than his rather comfortable office would warrant. Apparently he steals royal silver, which is a capital offence. There is no evidence, though. If Ruthard has such evidence, it would solve his problems with Vavak once and for all, so he instructed me to get him the evidence. My investigation in the Horshan royal mines is to be aided by Christian of Pisek, brother of the former mint master and lord of Sukdol, Peter. Christian is Wabbit's direct subordinate, steward of the royal mint in the Italian court. Since he wanted the mint master office for himself, and Wabbit beat him to it due to his connection with Sigismund, he should have a personal interest in the successful investigation. Right, yeah. I must go and see him and prove my allegiance using Ruthard's password via Argentum, the road to silver. And he is just down here. Christian Pisek. All right, there you go. Let's go.
Good boy.
You ignore
Good
that
boy.
woman. She really is just the worst. Yes, she is. All right, okay. That horse not letting you drink? I'm surprised you didn't nudge it out of the way, and by nudge I mean shove. All right. If memory serves... No, memory failed. Memory did not serve. Memory... Yeah, no, it was that one. It is that one. Okay. Morning. We just keep going along here. And very quickly we should find the place. Isn't this where I found... oh, God. I am the worst. I am the worst. Yes, I am. I found my caster here. I know. I should remember their names. One of them's called Stanya. One was called the Fly, right? I mean, nickname-wise, obviously. Anyway, you know what? Focus.
At your service, sir.
Hi, I'm looking for a... I'm coming. Have you found it? No, that's a chest. No, that's a
A
chest.
dog, Mutt. Show me.
You know that it's a very nice chest and a bunch of sacks. It's someone else's, though. My dog has a worse grasp on the concept of property than I do. And that's saying something. Okay. I'm sort of expecting to find someone a little better dressed than these
You're the
guys.
kind master. Huh?
Is he going to be in the building? Probably going to be in the building, isn't he? That would make sense. Can I go in, gentlemen? Oh. Hi. Let's just wander a little further away. So, hi.
You're Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
I think I see where this is going, but first of all, let's...
Have you found out anything at all?
Just rumors. And those are useless. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game. If Sir Kunzling trusts you, you could help me in my investigation.
Well, that's actually why I'm here.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
My father was a blacksmith, though. My real father oversaw mines. No, let's just start with... I'm a blacksmith.
Well, my father was a blacksmith.
It's a fine craft. But it won't teach you much about silver mining and processing. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I'm from a mining town. My real dad's kind of in charge of it, although he probably doesn't know that. Actually, he probably knows quite a lot about it. Yeah, he's a work in progress. I'm just...
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After
Corves?
that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. I mean, mined out.
Howked. Got it. Could I just...
Couldn't I just ask Fett?
Fett's job is to count the corves and write the amount down in the mine book. He won't tell you any other number. We're interested in what the miners themselves have to say. They've no reason to hide anything. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll be an inquisitive scholar. Yeah, I like that.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mine. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
Right. Okay. Let's... Oh.
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining. So he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergal. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
Okay.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Okay.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offence, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
Right.
Who checks the royal share?
The royal mintmaster and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded, starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
Okay, and,
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Okay, then. So... Wow. I'm a real nosy bugger, aren't I?
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects. And these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, Anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Right, yeah. Well, if I'm going to be posing as a scholar, I should probably know all of this.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines in the mint are supervised directly by the Royal Mint Master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
Right.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course. For operations, wages, and shaft security.
Okay.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then, they deduct the royal tithe, and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
Okay. I gotta try and keep all of this in my head. Everybody owns, well, anyone who's got any money can own a part of this process. And there's many parts to this process. And they don't really own it, they lease it, the king owns it. Good grief.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
Okay.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes. But in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
Yeah, because it's not quite as rare. Although it's a lot more useful. Mind you, that's debatable, depending on your perspective. I mean, you can do an awful lot with silver.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
Okay.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom. But King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Okay. I think... Right, okay, that's a lot to absorb. Let's move on.
By the way, I've had the honour of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Suchdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Okay, then. So, I'm just going to take a second. Right. I'm thinking scholar because I am pretty scholarly. But I'm wondering if I should get changed. I mean, even if I pretend to be a noble, I should probably get changed. To be honest, though, you can have scholarly knights. And indeed, noble knights. Obviously, I could go as either, just dressed like this. Although, yeah, I'm thinking it's time to put the glasses back on. Maybe. I honestly, I feel like I want to get changed for this. I feel like I want to get changed. I feel like this is a terrible place to get changed. And they've already seen me wandering around with armour, haven't they? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Right, yeah, no, you know what? Let's do it. I am a scholar, but I'm also a knight and a noble. I'm all three, but I'm here as a scholar. So I need to speak to Samko, Frank, and Paul. I think, did he say Paul was in the mine right now? I don't think it matters. I'm just going to wander around. Yes. You know what? I'm wondering whether now is also the time to smell like a noble scholar. Right. All right, gentlemen.
Good to see you.
Oh,
Greetings, Master Guard.
see? A polite, noble, knightly scholar. So, yes, we're looking for one of the foremen. He looks... Ah, wait. Now you are not... You're the head foreman, not one of the ones I need to speak to, but...
You're the head foreman here?
And who are you? You have no business here.
Henry. I have a letter from Sir Christian. I'm a student. I'm writing about the life of miners.
As if anyone cares. They call me Fett. Head Gopher Fett. If I have any questions, ask away and don't keep me waiting.
Right.
What does a head foreman actually do?
What do you think? I give orders to all the yakkers in the pit and in the shafts. They call me Master, and they're proper respectful, because I'm the one who doles them out the chink for what they hew. I also keep the records, check the counts, and keep the coffers for the yield.
Right.
How many miners are you in charge of?
Well, you know, Sonny, that depends. Every crew has a gaffer, a foreman. He hires men as necessary. There are 3 crews in the pits now, so I reckon there's about 30 pitmen just there.
Okay.
How much ore do you extract in a day?
It's a little different every day. It depends on the rock they're hewing, if it's soft or hard. Sometimes it's 50 calves, sometimes 70.
How much was extracted on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Well, fuck. It's interesting you should ask about that particular day. I actually know that one exactly. It was a lovely 90 calves. The most in a really long time.
Right. Yeah, that might almost have been a suspicious thing to ask, but... okay.
How much do the miners earn?
I pay them half a groschen for every full calf. The more calves of ore they bring out by, the more groschen they get. If they happen to be hewing soft rock with less silver, I give them some extra chink from the yield, so they earn roughly the same.
Okay. Well, that was all I had to ask. I honestly don't feel like I look much like a scholar in this armour, in spite of the glasses. Right. Hello.
Are you Foreman Samko?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
Maybe you should listen to... I'll pay if you talk. I mean... I don't mind playing dice, but honestly, right now, I just want the information.
You should obey Sir Christian and just tell me what I want to know. You don't want him coming to you when you're off work to tell you off.
That I don't, kidder. Ask away, then.
Right, okay. So...
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaking. Any yakker'll tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
That's true of many things, to be honest.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
Okay.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit, or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
Right, so hard rock you get more silver, but it's harder to mine. If not impossible, I guess.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
Okay.
How many corves did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 corves, without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's
34.
all I need to know.
34, right. And we're looking... Are you okay? Are you... Oh, for God's sake, don't pee on
Come
me.
here, boy.
All right. Okay. I mean, are you... No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. Right. And I believe there was someone else off shift. Up there. Yeah, I definitely do not feel much like a scholar. I just feel like arriving dressed like this and then nipping round the corner and getting changed is more suspicious than a scholarly knight. Right. Okay. Oh, are they all going to be asleep? I got to wake them up, do you think? They're not going to be happy if I do that, but... Where's a bandage? I thought it was a letter. I think it was going to be a letter. You know, a little confession. This is how I'm stealing silver. Okay, we'll just keep checking around the entire area and see if we can find somebody that's awake. Or even here. Yeah. I mean, I'm beginning to think we're not going to speak to these people until later. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Am I at the right building? I am at the right building? Oh, wait, you know what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking that Frank is the one in the mines. This is underneath me. I sort of assumed that... Well, mostly... Yeah, and you know what? That was a bad assumption. Okay, then, because there are people over here in this camp. Yes, I see them. Okay, let's not fall down a hole. Minor. Hello, I'm looking for your foreman. What?
What have you found, boy?
It's... I know, it's someone's chest, though. I get it. No, you're a good dog. You're a good dog, and I don't want you to stop finding things like that. I really don't. But we can't take them. They belong to someone else. I'm already suffering pangs of guilt as it is. I think we're just going to have to keep wandering around here until we see someone. Okay. Yeah, I'm beginning to think I'm wandering around too much now, but it's hard to know for sure. What on earth is that? Is this some sort of wind? Do you think... I mean, It doesn't really... It looks like it could turn, doesn't it? Yeah, so... Definitely not finding these foremen. I could head into the mine. Do you think both of them are down there? It is, of course, possible that they've got double shifts on. Oh, he looks like... No, you're a miner. Okay, nope. I'm looking for a foreman. You don't have any. He hasn't fallen down there, has he? Okay, well, then we're heading into the mine. Right. I think I'm hearing someone quite close. I think there are people down there. So, where was the entrance to the mine again? It was over here. I saw some people guarding. Some people. A person. Hello. I'm here to... Oh, well, thank you very much. Right. So, you know what? I don't really have fond memories of mines. I mean, the one I went to in Skalitz was a bit of a unpleasant experience, and I'm remembering the night in the gate to hell. Yeah. Okay. Not hearing any mine. Hello? Hello?
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry. I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers were interested in us ordinary yakkers, but you can't just amble around. You'll cap your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stide.
Alright.
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakker graft, kidder? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
That does not sound particularly appealing.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
Okay.
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfin' pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
No, you're absolutely right.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for?
Bit?
Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
Yes.
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete without it. Est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the best teacher. And you have that experience.
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk-handed, eh? Alright, I'll tell you. It was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Okay.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got a lot of graft ahead of us. See you soon, my friend.
Right. So those two got 70, which means unless the other one got 20, we're probably onto something. So we're still looking for Paul. Now, he may be topside, but I couldn't find him there, so I think I'm just going to keep going inside the mine to make sure. Right. Now, he's probably not mining himself, so actually going towards the sounds of pickaxe work is probably bad, but he'd be overseeing them. Excuse me, coming through. Okay, probably should have come through a little better. Okay, and... Aha. Was there a way down? No. I'm going to end up wandering around here and getting so horribly lost that I basically starve to death, aren't I? It's just bound to happen. It's as inevitable as night following day. Oh, well, which way now? Okay. I was going to say, I think they seem to be digging and digging, and then if they're not getting anywhere, they stop, go back, and dig in a different direction. So it looks like... I mean, I'm guessing I've got to go down there. Well, let's just double check. If my theory is right, this will... Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Oh. Ah. A collapse.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry.
A ghost.
Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague.
In armor.
And I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. Are you praying? Why?
The day before the feast of St. Petronilla, a kidder was hawking here. Young jaybird, a young'un, still wet behind the ears. We dinged the berg, set it ablaze, all good. He took a mell, battered the fault, and the props spangued out. It all came crashing down on him. Done him right in, it did.
That's awful. I'm sorry about your friend.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, how can he forgive myself?
Oh, but is this... It's not your fault. It definitely isn't.
Come on. It wasn't your fault. Accidents happen. It's God's will.
I suppose you're right. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Yeah, definitely,
Aye.
definitely.
I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and merciful
iron,
God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I
of
ask that you
gold,
bless me brother who
silver,
has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
And may your
tin,
holy angel
iron,
save his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and metals.
Bring his soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through
brother,
our Lord,
who has died
our
in his
Saviour and
mind.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save his soul from
The angel of the
damnation.
Lord declared
Bring his
to
soul
Mary
to
when
eternal
she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord,
Hail
our
Mary.
Saviour and Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid of
Amen.
the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail
Okay.
Mary. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
I don't know if
Hail
I
Mary,
messed that
pray
up.
for us, O Holy Mother of God,
Feel like I
that
might
we may
have.
be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his
Am
resurrection.
I supposed to be repeating all
Same
this?
Christ our Lord. Amen.
Aye, okay.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask a boot out.
Oh, right, okay.
What is the work of a miner about?
What, it's a boot? It's about you in the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Yeah.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye, but every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life like.
Bloody hell.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
Okay.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know.
Okay. Right, so we are missing 10. That is quite a lot. They took 10%. Okay. I came from that direction, but I'm wondering if there's a way out this way. Because I got the feeling there might be. It's probably just luck. Right, so the stairs here. Ah! But will they get me all the way to the top? Maybe. Let's just take a quick... Yes, now I'm just being nosy bloody idiot. Checking to see if someone's left anything interesting down here. By interesting, I mean useful, valuable, and of course, not nailed down.